All right, what is going on, YouTube? It is Mr. D, and I am back with Comic Book Haul number 21. For those of you that are subbed, you already know how this is about to happen. And for those of you that are new, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do Comic Book Haul videos probably about once a month or so, showing off all the books I picked up. So let's just jump right into this. We're going to start off with some indie stuff. I picked up Dark Red, number 2, regular cover. I also picked up Electric Black from Scout Comics, number 1, regular cover again. I also picked up Queen of Bad Dreams, number 1. This is their B cover. Let's see, what else did I pick up from Boom Studios? I picked up Faithless, number 1. This is the erotic polybagged cover, so left it in the bag. I already know what the cover looks like. There was no need to unbag this now that I know what the image is. I'm just going to keep it bagged up for right now. From the LCS, I picked up Wonder Woman 69. Beautiful Dave Finch Wonder Woman. I also picked up Heroes in Crisis number 8. Just really a cool Harley Quinn. From eBay, I picked up this Hack and Slash number 20. I think this is by like an Edward Jones or something like that. Yeah, this doesn't really go for much, but I just thought it was a really cool book, so I got this for $3. From the same seller, I also got Marvel Divas number 1. This is J. Scott Campbell. Got this for $3. From Comic Elite, I picked up Zombie Tramp number 50, Mike DeBalfo. I do have the risque version of this, but I just wanted to pick this up. They did have a sale where you buy one, get one free on $15 variants. So I picked this up just so I had both regular and risque version. Detective Comics 1000. I was able to snag up a Bruce Timm 40s cover. From the LCS, I found this Angela number 1. This book was getting some recognition. First appearance of some character, not 100% sure. So I snagged this for $30, or not $30, $3. And this is also a really nice Stephanie Hans book. Of course, Art Germ, Catwoman 10. Had to pick one up for the PC. I really liked this Batman. I think this is a Dave Johnson. This is Batman 67. I just like the black and white look, so I scooped that up. Of course, because I doubt I'll ever have a real copy, I picked up the reprint of Incredible Hulk 181. Most of you guys did. Batman Who Laughs, Care Andrews. Really like this cover. Also from Care Andrews is Wonder Woman 68. I think Care Andrews is really underrated. Really like a lot of his work. Snagged this up also at the LCS, and I got this for cover price. And I asked him if he had any of these left, and he was like, no, I gotta go look. So he goes to the box and he finds one and just proceeds to charge me cover price after he asks me why this book is so hot. So, I mean, he knew it was heating up, but still gave me cover price. Naomi, number 1. B cover. Apparently this was a hot thing for a second. Art Germ, Captain Marvel, number 1. The Walmart long hair variant. Picked it up just because it was there at Walmart and everyone was talking about it. War of Realms, Eddie Granoff. Big Eddie Granoff fan, so I had to scoop this up for the PC. And also War of Realms, I also picked up the J. Scott Campbell. Let's see, moving on here. I don't know who, I think this is Mike Cho, I think, does this. I saw this on Instagram. I want to say it was Weapon Squall X or maybe Tacoma Comics. One or the other showed this on Instagram. I just really like the cover. This is Dark Avengers number 2, the variant. So I snagged this up. This is Shahrazad number 0, the Mike DeBalfo retail exclusive. I picked this up from Comics Elite. I think I got this for like $5. And it's also signed, I can't really see it in gold, but signed by Tom Hutchinson. So Really cool. Mike DeBalfo. Also from Comics Elite, they were doing one of their Facebook sales. They do this thing called Flips. X-Men 11. The Pressman silver background variant. Got this for $10 too. And this is a really nice clean copy. Yeah, there is no spine ticks on this whatsoever. So I was really happy to snag this. I think this can go for about 20 or 30 bucks. So to get this for 10 bucks in this condition, pretty happy to get that. Off the eBay, this isn't really the version that I wanted, but I'll take this one as a placeholder. This is Grim Fairy Tales, the 2014 Halloween special from New York Comic Con. This one is limited to 750. This is Art Germ. I really like this one, but I really want the red Landre version, which is limited to 250. That one commands a little bit of a premium, so I'm hoping to just continue to hold off and wait and hopefully strike a deal. But in the meantime, I'll take this. Snagged it up for 40 bucks. Pretty happy about that. All right, then back to Comics Elite. On their Facebook page, they do live shows. Tuesdays, they do new comics. Wednesdays, they do a recap of the new comics, and then they do like flips. Thursdays, they do other crazy stuff. So a couple shows ago, I was telling you with that Zombie Tramp 50, they had a buy one, get one. So that Zombie Tramp was $15. To pair up with it, I picked out the Mark Brooks X-Men. And that is signed right there by Mark Brooks. So Mark Brooks is another artist that I think is really underrated. I like a lot of his work. So really happy to pick this up for $15 along with that Zombie Tramp. Then they also had $40 variants. And I picked out another copy of X-Men #1, also by Mark Brooks. But this is the White Queen. And you can see that is also signed right there by Mr. Brooks. So really happy to snag this up. And the other $40 variant that I picked up with that is, this is Red Sonja #1. This is their exclusive, done by Ryan Kincaid. And this is limited to 100 copies because he did, he signed that in the, what they call the Scarlet Red signature. So it comes with a COA, and then you can see it's numbered. Actually, it's kind of cool. I got 100 out of 100, and there's the signature on it. So really cool to snag that up as well. A couple weeks ago, it was my birthday, so my buddy at work that always hooks me up with awesome comic books surprised me with a little gift for my birthday. Captain America #1. This is the e-cover. This is the cover out of all the covers. When J. Scott Campbell did these exclusives, this was the cover that I really wanted. It's got that Top Gun feel to it. And of course it is, whoops, of course it's signed. And of course it comes with the little sticker and the COA. So thank you once again. Awesome book. Really happy to have this. Yeah. So then, the week after C2E2, a comic book shop up in Green Bay, Wisconsin, which is about 2 hours from the Milwaukee area, was having a 12-year anniversary, and everything was 50% off. And they were having Jenny Frison as a guest doing autographs. I had just seen Jenny Frison the week before at C2E2, but since I'm a big Jenny Frison fan, I had more stuff, and I was like, perfect opportunity. I'm gonna roll up there, dig through their boxes, go to a shop that I've never been to, and get some more Jenny Frison autographs. So what I did is, for this video, I purposely left all the sticker prices on the books. So all these were 50% off. And these were the books I picked up, and then I'll show you the Jenny Frison autographs. I picked up Catwoman #40. I just really like this cover. I like the all yellow cover. So it was $3.50, so that means I paid, what, $1.75 for it. I also got this Wonder Woman '96, just a Brian Bolland, kind of a classic cover. They had it priced at $6, so I got this for $3. They had this Sarah Pacelli, I think that's how you say her last name, Miss Marvel #1 variant. They listed it at $10, so I got it for $5. They had the Wolverine 55, the cover swipe. You guys know what this is. It's a cover swipe of what, EC Comics. I don't know what number this is, but this is Wolverine 55. This copy is beat up a little bit. Right there's a spine tick. But they had this listed for $5, so I got this for $2.50. This is my second copy. So whatever, just hang. For $2, I wanted to pick it up. This book was kind of hot for a while. I don't really know why. I don't know if it's just a little print run. But this is Josh Middleton B cover of Batgirl 18. They had these listed at $4.50, so I paid $2.25 for this, and 2 copies. I think this book was going for about $10 or $15 a while ago. Again, I don't really know why this book heated up ever, but I do believe this is a Josh Middleton cover. So since I saw 2 of those, I picked them up. This is Tomb Raider Wizard #1/2, Top Cow production. This is a special Wizard edition. Lara Croft. They had this listed for $5, so I got this for $2.50. And it comes with, I don't know, some sort of COA telling you that it's some sort of authentic thing. This goes for a few bucks on eBay, not much, but for $2.50, why not? Lara Croft. I was really surprised to see this because this book is really kind of hard to come by, and this is another $15 or $20 book on eBay. This is Detective Comics $8.59. This is the Jock cover. So this book was on my list of books to get. Really happy to snag this. They had this one listed for $8, so I picked it up for $4. The one issue is that it does have a pretty gnarly color rub right there. That kind of bums me out. But again, for $4, I said this book commands anywhere between $15 to $20 on eBay. Let's see. This is Buffy Season 8, #30, Adam Hughes cover. They had it listed for $3.50, so $1.75 for this. Second copy. I was really happy to see this. This is Red Sonja #8, another Adam Hughes. They had this listed for $4, so $2 for this. Then I got Queen Sonja #31. This is a Perello cover. Really done well. They had it listed at $4.50, so $2.25 for some Lucille Perello. I'm really happy about that. More Red Sonja. This is issue #25. This is a Graham Crackers Art Adams variant. Art Adams, really another guy that I don't think gets a lot of credit for a lot of his stuff that I think is underrated. They had this listed for $5, so for $2.50, take that. And then they also had this Red Sonja #18. This is the last issue of this volume, which I think is volume 4. Jenny Frison cover. They had it listed at $4.25, so it was, $2 and whatever that ends up being. So I found this, and for some reason I had a brain fart, and I didn't have her sign this one. I didn't realize that until I got home. I was kind of irritated about it, but I got enough stuff. And since they had Jenny Frison at the shop, these next 2 books I'm about to show you are really hard to find in the wild, and they command a nice little premium on eBay. And I'm thinking, okay, Jenny Frison, everyone's going to be looking for her books. These were just sitting there. And it wasn't just 1 copy, it was 2, and I couldn't believe it. And that is Detective Comics #40 from the New 52 run. This is the Jenny Frison variant. And again, this book will command about $20 on eBay. 2 copies of this for $4.50. So I paid $2.25 for this copy. Got an autographed by her. And then I found the second copy, also for $4.50. So I paid $2.25 for that. And then I had her sign that right there. So 2 of the more harder to find Jenny Frison books at a Jenny Frison signing for half off of an already cheap price on a book that commands a little bit. So that was an awesome find. Let's see. So these are the books that I took up to her to have signed. And I took up this Ghost #0. I just think that's a really cool cover. So there's the signature. It doesn't go for much, but I took Vampirella #1. And I had her sign that right there. I took a Red Sonja number 8, just a really nice all white cover, and I had her sign it in red right down there. I took up one of my many copies of Wonder Woman 25, and this turned out gorgeous. I had her signed in gold, kind of smack dab in the middle in between the two hands. There was a person that was doing CBCS that would have signed off that this signature was authentic. I should have sent this out to go get graded and get a yellow label on it, because this is a beautiful copy, beautiful signature. I also took my Beauty, this is another harder to find Jenny Frison book, so I took my Beauty number 1, another book I should have sent off to get slabbed, so I had her sign that in gold right down there. And then I also took my Jenny Frison Voltron Defender of the Universe Legend Forged number 1, and I had her sign it in silver. And what's really funny about this is that I asked her before she signed this to try to mimic her old school signature, which was right there. And she tried to mimic it, but she kind of like lost it and then did her new signature for her last name. And she kind of laughed because she's like, everyone thinks this is going to be fake now. And yeah, it totally looks like a fake autograph, but this isn't leaving my PC anyways. I know it's real. Yeah, I wanted her to do the old school signature on this book. I just thought that would have been really cool. But yeah, whatever. And then shout out to Poor Man Comics. He hooked me up with this Alice in Wonderland. This is a Jenny Frison book that she does the interior artwork on. Not a lot of people know about that, but she does the interiors on this. And he hooked me up with this book in an AOK because he knew I was a Jenny Frison fan. So yeah, she did the interiors on this. She was actually really surprised when I busted this out because not a lot of people bring this to comic shows for her to sign, but I had her sign on the interior. My one regret on this is that I should have had her personalize it to my family so that when I pass this down to my kids, it would have been a little bit more personalized, but still really happy to have her sign this. And actually what's funny is that her husband Steve was there again, and they brought their dog, and Steve is actually really sociable, and he remembered me from C2E2 the week before. So him and I sat there and talked to Steve more than I talked to Jenny. You know, whatever. So moving on with the haul, I decided to pick this up because 1, I'm a Psylocke fan, and 2, I've never had a piece of commissioned, like a sketch cover. So this is from, I found this on eBay, got it for about 35 bucks. This commission is done by Meredith McLaren, who I'm not really familiar with, but I just really liked this. This is Uncanny X-Men number 1, just a blank variant, and they did kind of like a manga style Psylocke on it. Meredith, she's got an Instagram page and she does some artwork, nothing major, but again, I really like this cover. It's a unique Psylocke cover, so I just really wanted this. So whatever, this was my first commission book that I ever bought, so really happy to add this to the collection. Oh, let's see. Batman Detective Comics 1000. This was the really hot book that everyone wanted. I was able to secure a copy of this when they went on sale on Frankie's. This is obviously the Yi-Hung Harley Quinn variant. So this is the trade. And then of course, you know, I bought the sets because you know how I roll. So of course I got myself the Virgin as well. To tell you the truth, I actually like the trade better because I like how the hot pink in the detectives kind of like pops, and it really pulls the outfit into the whole. I don't know. I really enjoy the trade better than the Virgin, but that does not mean that the Virgin's up for sale because I'm hanging on to that. So don't bother commenting and asking if I want to sell the Virgin because I do not. This book was really hot too. The first printing of it, I missed out on it. So when they announced that they were doing a foil cover of the same cover, I set an alarm on my phone and I almost missed out on it because for some reason my PayPal account was acting up and I had to re-enter a new card number, and I was really frustrated with it, but I still was able to secure 2 copies of it. One of the copies I already gave to my buddy who hooked me up with the J. Scott Campbell, so I gave him a copy, and this is that dark red #1, and this is the foil version. This book is actually doing pretty good on the aftermarket. I think it's already shot up to like $100. I was able to secure these for whatever they were charging. I think it was like $29.95. So yeah, I hopped on there and I snagged up 2 copies right away. So all this reflection, and it's in a Mylar, and it's in a top loader. So you guys already know what that is. So they spent a lot of time. Being an Adam Hughes fan, I picked up Sabrina the Teenage Witch #1. I never thought he was going to release this cover. There were some issues with him in Archie Comics, so I was really happy that they released this artwork, so I snagged up 2 copies of that. And then from C2E2, I pre-ordered this from a guy on eBay that I sometimes buy for, and this is the C2E2 exclusive. Some people are charging like $40. I snagged this up for 20. Forgot the artist's name, Elias, something with a C. And even if I remember it, I'm going to end up butchering it, so it doesn't really matter. But this is also Sabrina the Teenage Witch, the C2E2, all white cover. And then another Sabrina. This is the Adam Hughes from Stadium Comics. This is the Virgin of the same cover. I got this from Stadium Comics when they went on sale, so I was able to snag this up for $20. This book shot up quick and was demanding a premium. I don't know if it's still commanding that much money on the secondary market, but this is definitely awesome to have in the collection. I was considering getting the black and white, but I didn't feel like having to set an alarm and try to get on there and get the book. I was like, you know what, I'm just going to take a break. I got the color version. I don't really need the black and white. Could have done it, should have done it, whatever. I pre-ordered this. I do collect Funkio Pops here and there. And when I saw this, I had to get it. This is the Stan Lee Funkio Pop Icons. This is the patina Stan Lee. So he's all patinaed out like he's a statue with the gold sig. Too bad this came out after he died, because this is something I would have totally tried to snag a Stan Lee autograph on. I just think that would have been awesome to have him get a signature on this, but obviously that's not going to happen. So I'll be happy with the gold embossed. So really happy to add this. And then speaking of commissions, JP All About Comics posted a few books that he was trying to thin out his herd a little bit, so he gave me a really awesome price on this. I'm a huge fan of Colette Turner. When I saw him have this book posted, I had to make sure that I commented first, and this is a commission piece done by Colette Turner. She did this in 2017. This, I mean, when you look at this thing in person, it doesn't even look like a commission. Like, it looks so good. I am so happy to have this. This book is just awesome. She did an amazing job. I cannot say enough good things about how awesome this book presents and looks. I mean, it literally looks like this was a printed cover. That's how amazing it is. I actually physically opened up the book and double checked, and I saw all the ink bleed through on the blank page. Because I really was convinced that this was not a commission, that this was like a printed on cover. I mean, this is just incredible. Unfortunately, he didn't have a COA to go with this, but I did screenshot, because she posted this book when she did it on her Instagram account. So she has a photo with the pencils, with the ink, and then with the coloring. So she's got 3 pictures of this book on her Instagram account that I screenshotted for proof that this was done by her in 2017, and this is a legit book without the COA. But thank you, All About Comics, for hooking me up with this. I absolutely love it. Colette Turner is an amazing artist, an amazing person. I met her at C2E2. Hopefully next time I'll be able to actually get another commission. I was thinking maybe like the Baroness or maybe like a Vampirella or something like that, to have her do a commission for me. So I'm super hopeful that I'll be able to make that happen. And then the final thing isn't a comic book, but my wife got me this for my birthday. This is something that I really wanted that I never was able to really achieve. And the fact that she thought about this and got this for me absolutely blew my mind. And the piece that it's on is absolutely perfect because it fits what I'm into and things that I enjoy. And this is a program from Stan Lee's Los Angeles Comic Con, and it's done with the Norman Rockwell style artwork where he's looking in the mirror, and it is signed by Stan Lee right there. I'm going to get this reframed. She just put it in a Walmart frame just to preserve it. Plus, she didn't really know how to wrap this. I am so happy. I couldn't believe that she actually got me this. I just couldn't say enough awesome things about how happy I was to receive this as a birthday gift. And now I'm finally able to say that I have a Stan Lee signature, which is amazing and was one of the things I always wanted. So just, I couldn't be happier that I got that. And like I said, with the Norman Rockwell, really awesome. And just, it was the perfect birthday gift and the best way to start the day. And then I did a bunch of stuff with the family. We went on a little road trip up to Madison and bounced around, and the weather was perfect. And that started off my morning, and it ended up being an absolutely perfect day, spending the time with the family, letting the kids go to the park, going out to eat and all that. So thank you guys for watching. Like I said, if you guys aren't subbed up, hit that sub button. Comic book hauls probably about once a month, and I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.